So I'd apparently gone over, or at least a little over, the 10-minute limit of my patience. Anyway, I hope YouTube doesn't mess up in this one. Now, know that how can you tell that the world is going to end, like, very soon? Or at least at almost immediately. Well, the Antichrist will come. Oh yeah. So if the Antichrist comes as a person like the Savior, and he tries to convince people that he is the best person for a solution of peace, and he is going against Christianity in some way or another, and he has sacrificed an unworthy idol on a Jewish in a Jewish way as a Christian to make war against Christian. Guys, that is when the world will almost end immediately. That is times of great tribulation, and you've got to very much be diligent of what you're doing. Because I've had dreams that the Antichrist will rise just as when the cities will be destroyed. It will be completely immediate, and so will the sun be darkened and the moon be red. So, and immediately after that, the people will be raptured and everyone else will die. And what I mean by raptured is by taken away. There are a few moments where the Bible talks about that, but that's just very few moments in the Bible. Now, Jesus did say that people will be taken on the left and they left on the right. No, taken on the right and left on the left. Whatever that means. And basically, another way you can tell that the world is about to end is basically when a Christian fights against Christian, or brother betrays a brother, or when people become blasphemers, like heavy blasphemers. You know, the devil will be very direct about blasphemy. I don't know if he has done it yet, but right now, millions of people in America are becoming very much full of lust. And what I mean by that is, not on my mouth. What I mean by that is, many people in America are becoming gay, transgender, whatever it is, and I'm kind of against that. I don't like supporting gays, what they do, but I want to help them, and that will lead to rebellion, and that's already happened. And when rebellion happens, then blasphemy will happen, and very bad stuff will happen. Now, people have already been brutal, which is ISIS. And what's funny is because since ISIS has come, people have become transgender and gay, and some things are happening immediately. I can't explain it, but events are like chain of events. And when I mean by chain of events, it won't just happen very slowly. Matter of fact, Satan will make it very abrupt and make abrupt changes, and when the world won't even know it. But what he will do to the Christian is he will make them blind. And also, what the Satanists are doing, they'll literally try to connect to Satan and say this is what's happening, and that's what they do. Is basically they do blood sacrifices, they do women sacrifices, they do a whole lot of things. They even do it to young girls and adolescents. You know what's even worse is that, you know, they do all this kind of witchcraft, and they spy on people, and then Satan knows, oh, this is what's going on. And if they're lacking in one thing, that Satan believes that they're lacking in one thing, he'll just suddenly add it on to the earth. Like a sudden movement, or maybe it's a chain of events that made a sudden movement. And it always starts with a corrupt governor. That's all I can say. It always starts with a very corrupt governor, or a governor that just doesn't know what he's doing. And if a governor doesn't really focus on the people, on what they're doing with, I don't know, like gay movements or anything like that, and if a government, like Obama, he was spitting on America like it was nothing. Like he was just, as in I could symbolize it as something else, but he was literally making America a trash nation. And what he was doing was he was allowing these movements and not helping people in other nations. He was not focusing on people in other nations by what group was going on and what they were trying to organize. And Bush was trying to go to war with the nation, and they hated that. And he did so many offensive things that groups started to form. And Obama didn't seem to care about that, so he just made things like happen because he wasn't really focusing on that. You know, the funny thing is, if we had news about groups forming, sorry about the noise. If you had news about groups forming, we would have taken them not at the time, I mean immediately. But now that we don't have that news, well, that means that we have serious issues about the group, and I believe there's a new group coming and forming that's much worse than ISIS. They're like, actually I don't know if they are, because, yeah, you know, groups like to form when America is offensive, or they like to form when they hate something about the religion. That's when they form. But we are just weakening, and the enemy is getting stronger. And I think I'll have a part 3 to this. Okay, guys? Alright, I'll be done right now, and I'll come back, maybe. Okay? Bye.